I think it might be time that we had a conversation about Arc Titans in the Crucible. And let me come out of the gate and say, I am not anti-Arc Titan. In fact, if you frequent my channel, you probably know that when it comes to my Titan, I've been an Antaeus Ward striker main for going on 4 years now. I'm a huge striker fan, going back to my old D1 days of flying around the map with an Imperium Bellicose and raining down Fist of Havoc with Death from Above active. But currently, Arc Titans are at the peak of the meta curve and have been for quite some time. They have no real drawbacks, if we're being honest, and coming from an Arc Titan main, I believe they are by and large the easiest class to use successfully. Playing with my Warlock and Hunter builds, I gotta turn the brain on and be engaged. But when I switch to the Arc Titan, I can turn the game volume down and just listen to Spotify, and the subclass will carry the weight for me. So let's start by talking about what they've got going for them. And we'll start right at the top with the Thunder Crash Missile Super. This super is peak. It's extremely difficult to shut down, it covers some serious real estate, it can counter any super in the game, it can be used defensively to shut down a roaming super, or offensively to destroy wells and bubbles, or simply can be used as the tip of the spear to fly in and get a couple of kills to guarantee a round win in trials or competitive playlists. It is the premier super in Destiny 2. It's good in quick play, it's good in every Iron Banner game mode, it's good in trials, it's good in comp, just downright good. And when you compare it to the other super that Arc Titans have access to, the Fist of Havoc, it's just really no comparison whatsoever. Next, let's talk about exotics. Arc Titans have access to some of the best exotic armor combinations in the game. Dune Marchers, in conjunction with knockout punches and shoulder charges and ballistic slams, is downright nasty. Add that to the fact that Arc Titans queue up health regeneration on melee kills, and you've got yourself one tanky boy. Similarly, the Feedback Fence Gauntlets and the Syntheseps also yield pretty outrageous results, compounding with the fact that an Arc Titan actively meleeing might be the single most difficult target to land shots on in the history of Destiny. Then you've got the Antaeus Wards. I love these things. They're super fun and a great way to punish fusion rifles and immortal spam as well. But an Arc Titan sprinting at you with Antaeus Wards is a hard thing to beat. When they slide, not only are they immune to damage, but they can shoot during the duration of that slide, they can reflect your damage back at you, and then they can shoulder charge coming out of that slide even if they've been firing their weapon. And if they rip your shields, they don't even need shoulder charge because knockout will be active and they can melee you from slug-shotty range anyway. So while many subclasses have very limited options for good exotic integration, Arc Titan has access to a wide array of choices that simply drag and drop right into their playstyle and elevate the whole kit. Now let's talk class abilities. The Titan Barricade is one of the best abilities in Destiny. Everyone knows it. Talk to literally any good trials or comp player and they'll tell you that barricades are an absolute must for team comp. A barricade is a safe, free peek that, unlike a rift, gives your whole team access to a corner peek for several seconds, as opposed to a rift that only gives a safe peek to the caster and only for the duration of the animation. It's the #1 best option for reviving teammates. It allows a Titan out of cover the chance to survive if they get caught in the open by an enemy. They change the landscape of the map. They're just really, really freaking good. Personally, I'm a big fan as a solo player of the Titan's new ground dash ability, and you'll see in the gameplay just how much I've come to rely on it. But the chance to dash in any direction on command to get out of sticky situations has saved me more times than I can count. If a Warlock is going to do a ground dash, then they have to do a 3-button input to make that happen, which takes some training to do properly. Titan's ground dash is just 1 button. And since it's linked to resilience, it's back extremely fast because Arc Titans can just run to regenerate their class ability. And Arc Titans are literally always running. You run to charge Antaeus Wards, you run to charge Dune Marchers, you run to charge the Jug Shield. We're just always running. And all of these things can be done by sprinting into a wall so you don't have to expose yourself while doing it. Basically, the class abilities are absolute bangers. Now let's talk melees. Arc Titans also get shoulder charge like all the other Titans. This can be used, or rather should be used, primarily as a way to get around the map and break into lanes or cross gaps without getting sniped while doing it or getting tagged with a bow. In high-level play, shoulder charge is a must, as players will use it to get closer to an enemy and apply pressure, while one teammate usually stays at the far end of the lane with a sniper or a bow at the ready to hit a body shot, allowing the Titan to continue advancing for an essentially free cleanup kill. Then they can chain damage by either using a Dune Marcher melee on the weakened target, or by using a jolting grenade to finish the target off and apply damage to any other enemies in the area. All in all, it's pretty clear to see that Arc Titan's complete kit from head to toe is S tier. Running Arc Titan is not only a safe bet, but in high-level play, it can often feel mandatory. While Solar Titan has consistently received nerfs to abilities that were once pretty competitive, and the hallmark exotics for the Solar Titan have been hit, including Lorelei, Heart of Inmost Light, and even the Phoenix Cradles with the reworks of Sunspots, Titan mains are now left with few options but to embrace the way of the lightning freight train. So ultimately the question then is, should we do something about Arc Titans to rein them in a little bit? And if so, what do you target and how? I have a few ideas, but I'm not married to any of them, and I wouldn't die on a hill for them. But first, I think I'd dial back that knockout timer. Knockout's real utility is in being a follow-up to a big chunk of damage, like a slug shotty and melee combo for that added reach. There's really no reason the timer needs to be 7 seconds long, allowing you to then start chaining teleporting melees to other targets. It should be one and done, right? Give it a 2-3 second timer max so you can follow up that initial damage with a solid punch and then let it go away. Next, I'd target Shoulder Charge as a spammable movement ability. Many people want Shoulder Charge to consume your melee charge every time that you use it. I think as a Titan lover, that's a little too much. I think a better compromise would be to put it on a cooldown like Icarus Dash when used as a movement option. So if you don't connect with an opponent, then gray out that melee ability for, 7 seconds to bring it in line with Icarus Dash. And lastly, I still think Dune Marchers reach too far. I would be fine with allowing them maybe even do slightly more damage, but you got to cut their reach all the way down to basically only tagging enemies in the immediate vicinity of your target, not people several meters away who aren't even involved in the fight. Like I said, I'm not married to any of those ideas, and I'm certainly open to hearing any suggestions that you all might have, as many of you are in fact smarter than I am. But I'd love to gauge your overall sentiment towards Arc Titans right now and their place in PvP. There's absolutely zero arguing how good they are. I mean, the numbers show definitively that they've been on top of the meta for some time now. But you might think that that's okay, and they should be that way. Or maybe you have some more nuanced thoughts than the ones that I offered and can speak to a different perspective. Either way, thanks for taking the time to watch the video today. I appreciate you all. I'll be sure to peruse the comments section and see your thoughts, but be warm and well fed, my friends, and I hope to catch you in the Crucible.